everybody. Happy New Year. We are very happy to welcoming you again for the next year. We are 1 year old and we are very happy welcoming our very special guest, Dr. Ph.D. Birol Temel from ABB Electric and Automation. We are so happy today, and we will learn too much things from Dr. Birol, and we will discuss about the global issues and our future plans together. Welcome, Birol.
Thanks, Vedat Bey.
Thank you very much for joining.
For giving this opportunity.
It's a pleasure for us. Happy to welcoming you, and we will discuss very important issues today. I want to start with your story. Could you tell us a little about yourself?
With a great pleasure. Thanks. My name is Birol Temel. I will be 49 years old, literally 2 months later, getting older. I'm married and have a 24 years old son, and expecting him to graduate nowadays. All my entire school life was in Istanbul, and where I was born. And bachelor science degree is chemistry, actually, and graduated in 1998. And the master's degree is in OHS field in 2009. And finally, PhD again in OHS field in 2020. After obligatory military service has been completed in 1999, I started to work for Uzel Machinery company, local company, which was actually a tractor manufacturing company, and I was working there as a painting and coating shops as a production engineer indeed, and it took 3 years almost. And later on, I had the opportunity to work for Toyota Group company, Toyota Tusho, as a production and also HSE manager, almost 6 years there. And then I took another challenge in my career and worked as a country HSE for Honeywell, 6 years again. Since 2014 December, so over 10 years actually, I have been working for ABB in various roles. And current role is Growth Industry Business Line Global HSE Manager under Process Industries Division. Between also 2021 and 2022, I have worked as a part-time lecturer in Istanbul Aydın University in parallel, of course, with the permission of the company. And additionally, between 2012 and 2015, I worked as a consultant for various companies. So, and I'm holding, as you may expect, various certifications in HSE fields, such as NIBOSH, Class A Occupational Safety Expert, Trainer of Trainers, Certified First Aider, Firefighter Volunteer, Incident Investigator, IMS Internal Auditor, and Six Sigma Green Belt, and so on. So I have also actively participated as an auditor to local and international audits at Toyota Tusho, Honeywell, and also ABB. Still continue to do so here in this company. I'm also delivering some trainings in the field, in line with our global strategies, such as like Lead with Care, Climate Fresk, Safety Masterclass, Guiding Principles, and so on. I mean, it's all about company strategies. Yeah, that's all I can tell.
Thank you, Dr. Birol. We are so happy to listen your story and meeting with you, with our young guys. So when I listen your story, I was very amazed by your difficulties of your college, your working life. So I see that there is some challenge for you, and maybe maybe young people need to know the challenge and success. What do you think about that in your story? I want to show the youngs that this is not very easy to have a big success like yours.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, actually, there's no ending for learning. So I have been in business for more than a quarter of a century. I faced a lot of difficulties in this process or on this path, let's say. As I said before, I started my business life in production, and then I moved to the field of occupational health and safety. And I worked actively in both production and projects. And this had a great impact on my experience, actually. Sometimes this experience was the result of an accident, and sometimes it was due to good practices I noticed and the experienced people I met or worked with. So business life, consists of ups and downs. So just like in daily life. So on the days when I was having a hard time, I just tried to be patient and always wondered if I could do better with a good intention. So this is important.
Yeah.
Sometimes I felt that I was not treated fairly. And I guess there have been similar experiences from your end as well. This is usual. And when I look back today, I believe that there is enough experience and knowledge to be able to comment from my end. I think that working in various environments with different cultures has a great benefits for me. At least the shift in thinking from local to global has made a huge difference. I can feel it. So maybe let me try to summarize what has benefited me as a result of this, both theoretically and practically, constantly striving to improve myself, being a good observer, spending time with professionals who are more experienced than me, and sharing because knowledge increases as it's shared. So this is important. Understanding the expectation of the organization,
Yeah.
and staying away from the toxic environment. This is also critical. Sleeping well and taking care of my physical and mental health. So
Yeah.
these are all I got benefits, really, I can tell you.
Thank you very much for sharing. And I want to notice our audience that they can ask their questions on YouTube or LinkedIn, our platforms, Global HSE Leaders page in LinkedIn. We have got an event for each one, and then they can ask their question on live on YouTube, Vedat's channel, or in this channel. So on the future, I want to make some good news to our audience. I want to also thanks to them for joining all of the events. So we want to make a website, globalhseleaders.com, and we will share all the information from our participants. So these leaders also will join our summits yearly basis in different places. So we want to see all our audience on these events and we will talk about the future of HSE and collaborations with all the colleges around the world. So my second question after this notice is about achievements that we are talking. When you reflect on your experience so far, could you share the most meaningful experience for young people?
We have discussed already this.
Yeah. Sorry. Would you like to hear about the projects and achievements your company has realized on a global scale?
Well, AV is a large international company.
Yeah.
Around 160,000 employees in more than 100 countries, operating all over the world, more than 140 years, let's say.
Yeah.
So it was renamed as ABB with the merger of Sweden's ASEA and Switzerland's Bovary. So ABB has made many inventions and innovations, both separately and combining, after combining. There are a lot, actually. So it's hard for me even to remember and count them one by one. But you can anytime find them, all in the history section of ABB website. But what I can say is ABB is well-known brand in the sector, not by the end user, because it doesn't directly serve the end user.
Yeah.
And ABB has 4 main business units. These are electrification, motion, process automation, robotics, and discrete automation. As of today, what I can say, sustainability is the ABB's priority in all business areas, because it is the hot topic nowadays for all companies. So we are trying to serve our customers in this way and with our innovative products.
Yeah, great. And my next question, do you think companies should establish a sharing network and collaborate on joint projects to prevent accidents? What would your suggestion be about the companies side?
Actually, the companies I have worked so far already have and should have a learning sharing system indeed. For example, a one-page summary of the incident that occurred here, titled as Lessons Learned, can be shared with employees in all other locations within a few days at least. But if you say that there should be this sharing between the companies, then the situation is different. I don't think this is very feasible. First of all, there will be difficulties in terms of GDPR requirements. In addition, they are company assets, considering that listed companies are in competition. No company wants to give information, as you may imagine, that will be useful to its competitor in HSE metrics, which is one of the important criteria for investors. So in addition, learning is not only from accidents, but also from the good practices examples should be shared from normal work as well. Yeah. There are, because I worked for Toyota Group company as a Japanese one as well, so which I learned there, and I like to share as well. There are 2 terms in Japanese language. One is kaizen, and the other is yokoten. Kaizen means little but continuous improvement, has a huge impact at the end, while yokoten means applying these improvements in other similar places. So therefore, incidents are proactively prevented. But management must be willing, first of all, and lead the way in applying what has been learned from both incidents and best practices. Hope this answers the question.
Yeah, thank you. And there is some comments from our audience. Anil Koch says greetings. Thank you, Anil. And Dr. Aydın Ünlü, thank you very much for this session. Thank you, Dr. Aydın. And there is one question from our audience. As an academic, do you think health, safety, and environment HSE trainings is sufficient and effective both in the field and in academia? What do you think should change on the future?
Okay. First of all, I don't think anyone would have an objection to the importance of training. But there are many factors that affect the impact of training.
Yeah.
The skill of trainer, for example, the capacity of the listener, the design of the training, type of training, maybe remote or face-to-face, the duration, and sometimes the language barrier, the quality of the content, etc. So if you want trainings to be effective, we need to make sure that the audiences sees and hears and touches. They do it by themselves. So 3 of them together, actually. And scientific studies also on this subject also support what I say now. For example, I find it difficult to learn without trying it by myself, or even I do. It's hard for me to keep it in mind.
Yeah.
Later on. I have to practice it by myself, so that, I mean, what I hear and what I see sit in my head, I mean, continuously. In another example, I can say, we see the new generation of young employees doesn't like classroom training with long hours. Instead, they prefer short e-learnings, videos. Therefore, I think that, I mean, these short trainings prepared in line with their expectations will be very useful, actually, because you need to catch people with different expectations. For example, how effective can working at height training be from someone who has never worked at height or has never used full body harness, for example? Or how effective can a fire training be from someone who has never tested even a small fire extinguishing process? So can you imagine this? So, which I have witnessed in the past. So, I mean, some people deliver this kind of trainings, but because they didn't, how to say, practice it, I mean, they are just giving some theoretical information. If you haven't practiced it before, so, I mean, the impact also reduces in this way. As a summary, I can say that I cannot generalize by saying that the trainings are satisfactory or not, but it depends on the conditions. Whoever considers these kind of details, then they become much more successful.
Yeah. Thank you very much. And I want to add something. As you know that we are joining 6 and 7 May on in Berlin, HSE Nexus and Expo, and we are making a speech on our researches. As you know that we are making an international research about effectiveness of health, safety, environment trainings. So using drama, using different methods like VR technologies can make some emotional experience for the participants. So it can change too much things, especially safety culture in workplaces. So maybe we can focus this type of new innovations for our trains. So thank you very much for this question. That's great. And there is one other question from audience, and I want to remind them they can ask their questions more. So what kind of transformation do you believe technological developments will bring to health, safety, and environment topics?
Good question. Thanks. Actually, as you know, the world is changing and we have to keep up with the changing world. And technological developments are in the field of occupational health and safety, as well as in, I would say, in every field.
Yeah.
For example, with VR technology, we facilitate learning by applying it. Or with AI, we see that all employees can access the summary of requirements in company procedures in seconds. For example, here in ABB we have a HSES chatbot application. The source of this application is the current OHS management system in English. However, any employee can get an instant answer to the question they ask to chatbot in any language they want. So this is like a magic, I can tell you.
Yeah.
Because I am using as well, even I am a HSE professional. So still, because we need to be sure that we are in line with the company expectations of procedure standards. Apart from this, technological occupational safety improvements in the product itself or in the processes continue at full speed. For example, in old electrical panels, when an explosion occurred, employees were more easily seriously injured. But now there are blast covers, you know that. In another example, while, for example, manual grounding was required for a failing high voltage switchboard, The safety level is now increased thanks to automatic grounding system as well again. If I may give one more example regarding, for example, ABB robotics, we are now seeing robot technology in many areas. We see that it can be used from the automotive industry to medical surgeries, even with the 6G technology. Maybe you have seen this in TV channels somewhere, which I have also. We can give countless examples like this. However, I mean, it should not be forgotten that every new technology will bring unknown risks. It shouldn't be put into practice without adequately evaluating the technologies. While, I mean, many people stay away because they think that the robot technology will reduce their workforce, so others defend it. My personal, let's say, comment on this, I think a little differently. We can get rid of anxieties of such technologies by trying to understand and focusing on the opportunities instead of resisting innovation. This is what I can say.
Thank you very much. And there is one question. I see that this question also in your speech on HSE Nexus and Expo in Berlin, 6 and 7 May. Maybe they can join to see more details from your speech. And they are asking, what do you think about the effects of climate change on business life?
I think, so this is a bit, I think everybody is feeling it, and the climate change. For example, today it was really nice weather, but it's not good because we are in the middle of winter season. But it's sunny, there is no snow, the water, or whatever. So one side people like it, but on the other side we should be, worry about it.
Yeah.
So there are lots of scientific studies again that, I mean, we are trying to survive from the future negative effects. That's why, all these kind of, decarbonization or this, global warming issue. So all sectors are now pushed by the governments by putting extra taxes to push to take a precaution. So with regards to this, this is a challenge for some companies for sure, because, for example, cement sector, they are one of the most, the biggest carbon dioxide, let's say, releaser sector, or the other one is the other one, this metal sector, for example, metal processing. But this is challenge for them. On the other hand, it's an opportunity for us, for example, as an ABB, because our products, automation system, and or this kind of new technologies are helping them to reduce. Or even, for example, now the world's fastest EV charger is produced by ABB, for example. So now the world is going to this direction. To, I mean, some says green, car, some defense. It's not, let's say, it's not as it is seen, for example. But I mean, there are lots of effects. We may think differently, but it's for sure that the climate is changing, and we need to do something. And maybe you will remember Paris Agreement.
Yeah.
Lots of countries signed that agreement. So accordingly, all the big companies are, modifying their working style or approach, or investing on this kind of things for the future. So of course, it's, the companies are affected, but this effect may be advantage, may be a challenge.
Yeah. I think we will adaptate our workplaces to these changes, because sometimes we are living in hot season, but on the other hand, other countries is living in winter season. But the effects of the climate change sometimes will be hard with different floods, different issues. So maybe on near future, we need to improve our solutions for any emergency situations, for floods, for earthquakes, blah blah. So we can be more strong with our companies and leaders to any of situation. Thank you very much, Dr. Birol. It was amazing times for us, and I believe that we will meet again on future because you are very great leader for all of us, and you will change some of youngs and us life for the future. And thank you to your family to growing you as a good personal character and personal model. And thank you very much for joining this section.
Thanks, Vedat, and I'm looking forward to meet you and with the colleagues who is online in Germany, Berlin in May, actually,
Yeah,
6th
great.
and 7th. Hopefully, we'll meet there.
Yeah, I hope so. Have a nice night, and see you for the next section 1 or 2 weeks later.
Sure.